Hey, P2, do you want to hear some trivia?
Oh, mate, I love a good game of trivia.
Guess what happens when a chook and two pelicans get together?
What's that, mate?
A clucking good time. That's right, you pelicans. The wobbly chook has jumped on board, keeping the bird presence strong. Whether you like a pale ale, brown ale, IPA, or a lager, the wobbly chook has you catered. Crafted from Yamba's finest chooks.
Better still, Mick, how do we get some wobbly chook?
That's easy, P2. Jump online at www.wobblychookbrewingco.com or pop into 26 Cole Street in the heart of Yamba.
And have a clucking good time.
Cluck out.
Cuckoo! Always remember, don't be a mud gudgeon and drink responsibly.
Welcome back to another episode of the Two Pelicans podcast. So you would have just missed that.
G'day, you Pelicans.
Here he was, you were sort of hung up on his
Go and have a good time with them a bit later on.
Pelicans landing in 3, 2, 1.
All right, welcome back to the Two Pelicans. I'm Mick.
I'm Bo.
And we are the Two Pelicans once again here making fishing great. One more cast, throw, whatever you want to call it. I got it right last week. I definitely didn't this week, and that's okay because that's pretty much how our show runs, doesn't it?
By the wing of our ass.
Oh, look, man, what a week, hey? It's just been a crazy week where, from my point of view, we just haven't been doing much fishing, but there's other bits of fishing been happening all over the countryside, and we have to be honest, I just haven't had a chance to really break it down this week. How about yourself?
No, I probably should have done some things yesterday on my day off, and I chose to just go fuck it and have a Mayday.
Fish.
Yeah, have a Mayday. So I poked about and did a little bit of a milk run that I do, and had some really nice success on some EPs. So had some really good EPs.
Was that with your brother?
No, and then got into yesterday, went and helped a mate out, and then me and Tice were out around our old stomping grounds and thought, let's have a micro tappy mazzy popper off and in some real skinny water, like we were up at the top up in the top of Black Mountain up there of Nimboida, and no largemouth bass up there in these spots. Runs into the Arara. And it's like top reaches of where some of our bass can hide, and it's pretty cool chasing them in that skinny water stuff.
I've seen a few of the pictures and it looked like some pretty tight water. So
we both got one nice one out of there each, and a heap of little fellas, but visually watching them hit that this far underwater and run across the surface, it's pretty cool.
That's it. I guess I did do that on the weekend as well. I decided just to do a bit of a bank bash on the Saturday. The weather wasn't real good, and I didn't have much time with family sporting commitments to actually put the boat in. But after having Glenn Casey on last week's episode, I thought, shit, I might as well just tie on a spinnerbait. And so I went and done that, and I got 3 bass. One was quite all right. The other 2 were just sort of standard mid to low 30 size. But that other one was probably just a bit over 40 and fat. Really, really fat. And and then I threw a frog on for shits and giggles. Had 2 massive smashes at it, but they just didn't quite hook up. And just that weather too, sort of. I don't know whether they really wanted to commit to it on the surface. So I don't know whether it was just pissing them off and they just wanted to knock them away or something. I'm not quite sure, but they really didn't full on get their mouth around it, so to speak. So,
okay.
And then Sunday. So shout out to all the fathers that are with us, maybe not with us anymore. Happy Father's Day to everyone. I took it upon myself to actually invite all my mates down with their families, and we just had a bit of a shindig at the Lawrence Golf Club where they were doing pickleball, frisbee golf, and we had a bit of a muck around hitting golf balls as well. So
nice.
Yeah, no, it was really good. I cooked up a barbecue for everyone, and I think everyone had a good day. Didn't hear any whinging out of the kids for probably a solid 3 to 4 hours. So that is success when you can do things like that. And how did your Father's Day go? Because you were flat bickies, weren't you?
Mate, the Brushy Show and Shine was a huge success. And we smashed it out there at the little kitchen. We punched out 250 odd meals. So
Yeah, right. Busy
it was
day.
a nice day in the office.
Yep. That's what you want. And look, I guess carrying on from last week's show, we better have a look. Oh, hang on. We better do this first because this guy seems to get something to us. So here's old P2 with his weekly wisdom.
Afternoon, gentlemen. P2, weekly wisdom, short and sweet. You can't soar like an eagle if you're surrounded by turkeys. Peace out, my brothers.
Okay, now should he have changed that to you can't soar like a pelican?
No, because eagles soar here and pelicans soar here.
Righto.
Eagle soars higher than anything.
Right, okay.
And that's so no, I do.
Right.
Yeah, I do.
So
Understand.
you're saying the pelicans are turkey, really?
No.
Pelicans,
eagle,
turkeys on the ground.
Pelican,
It's
bush turkey
on
the ground. Yeah. So yeah, no. I reckon a pelican would eat a bush turkey. If bush turkey got close enough, pelican would fucking whack that. I've seen some pelican eat some cool shit.
I think it's one of them things where the old pelican, he's pretty clever. I remember the boys talking about it a few years ago about a particular pelican that was around in the Broadwater, and he just used to hang around the boats all the time.
I was about to say, I saw one at Currumbin there take a little bloody lady's dog, like on the leash. Like she was fighting it, and this dog was in its bill. Like it was the best thing I've seen.
Yeah, right. Look, anyhow, so carrying on also from last week, obviously we got through the first part of the ABT doubleheader up in Queensland, and obviously the second one has been run and won, and we've got Harry Hardman that come out on top there with a combined weight of 16 kilo.
Yeah. He was over at one of the other boat ramps,
Right.
not Billy's Bay, but there's another one. I forget the name of it, and he was doing some long lining. And shout out to Jill Wales as well. She was the non-boater who ended up taking out Wivenhoe as well. One of the ladies of the event. And she was with Harry the first day as well, and got some good fish. Apparently, she dropped a clunker while netting one of Harry's netting one of Harry's fish as well. But shout out to those guys for getting it done. And I think they
so
IK80s or something. I think
with the long lining, right?
Yeah, I love this stuff.
What lures did he sort of mention it in an interview? Do we know? Was he using like he was using DT?
He was using the IK80s. I think he was.
IK80s, right?
Yeah.
Okay, right.
And there was the old riverbed.
Yep.
Chasing, and he was on a ledge of that, working them back through that.
And just you might not be able to answer this question, and someone probably would that's listening to this, but like, what depths are we getting that down to be? I guess at are we sort of trying to bash it on the bottom, or we're just sitting it in the bottom third of the water column? What are we doing?
We're bashing the bottom, so we're down in. I think it was like 24, 27 feet. He was bashing in. But these lures will get down to 30 plus feet.
Okay, right.
Like I know the DT20 we've had banging on 30 feet. These lures will go deeper. It just depends on how much line you want to send out. Congratulations to Harry on his
that's a massive
ABT boater win. Like he done Bass Electrics, and he was a gun in the Bass Electrics. He's as we know, he's done a bit in QFT, and he's always in the porty end of that. So to come to ABT and take it out, I did hear that the Lawrence office and that went pretty hard when it was announced for him. So congratulations, and well done, Team Lawrence.
Right. So what else did we have? I feel like North Coast Brim and Bass did something as well.
They were on the weekend, and Mr. Daniel Clay took it out.
That's right. Dan, he's a good listener of this show. So well done, Dan. Well done, buddy. I hope you had a few chooks after that one.
Yeah, up there at Big Girl Corner.
Father's Day too would have been.
Father's Day as well on the Sunday. Yeah,
what a ripper.
Little spot up there called Big Girl Corner that he whacked them on, and had a fun day up there. I think he whacked a couple on some best man buzz baits as well. So
the buzz baits are coming back into the flavour of the month,
mate. It's bass time, and when it's bass time, it's buzz bait time.
Yeah, 100%. And where's that leave us now?
So that leaves. We still had QFFT up there.
Was that a barra round?
That was a barra round,
Yeah.
and Lake Mondrian, I think it was. And unfortunately, I did hear whispers of the dam turn just before they got up there. I heard some reports of some big barra floating near the boat ramp. So that's always a shitty thing when that happens. But some guys and girls did whack some good fish up there, and Paulie's son ended up taking it out.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because I've seen
son and daughter-in-law.
Son, okay. Yeah, right. Well done. I've seen a couple of guys from down this way went up there, and they found some barra, which was good. But I wasn't aware of the water turning. So that's never much fun when that happens, and usually it makes the bite real shit.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
I remember having it out at Pindari years ago. The same thing happened, and we were lucky to get 2 fish or 3 fish while we were out there.
Yeah.
But anyhow, that's sort of
fish struggle to eat when they struggle to breathe.
yeah, that's it. Look, guys, we are about to probably call someone soon, but we're not probably quite there yet. But I just thought we'd just do a bit of a general update on a few things. Look, we done 10,000 downloads. I posted that there the other day. Guys, if you are listening to it on a podcast platform, can we ask that, you guys download it? From our analytics, it sort of tells us that we're probably only getting a quarter of what our listener base is downloading. And what it essentially does is that it may assist us later on down the track with other ventures. So if you guys can just hit the download button, it's not costing you anything other than your internet service, and I think everyone's on unlimited stuff anyhow. And just go through, download every episode, help us out. It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't cost a thing. It just takes us maybe about 3 minutes of your time.
Yep.
And look, it goes a long way for the longevity of this podcast.
Yeah, no, and not only that, it's one of the things that I use to be able to get some guests on. And with trying to get some of these interstate guys on, any little bit of that really helps. And trust me, people do look at this stuff when I'm trying to sell it to them. But no, we've got this weekend. We've got a couple of comps coming up as well.
Yes.
So we've got the Clarence Valley Fishing Club.
Yes.
Having their meeting tonight. It's, as we know, we record on a Wednesday, and look through the clouds. Through the curtains, the sun's trying to come out. We did have a bit of a rainy old morning, but
it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, but no, we've got our first bass round with Clarence Valley Fishing Club this weekend at Brush Grove Boat Ramp.
Yeah. I'm an apology because it's my wife's birthday and I will not be going. So sort of spewing, but that's just how it is. And we've got other things that we've got to do later on in the day. So yes, I might just go for a sneaky fish on Saturday and sting a few.
I'll be there in spirit.
Yeah, you'll be cooking
you guys lunch afterwards. But look, I might drive to work I might leave for work at 6 o'clock and go smack a few spots on the way to work and make a few spots a bit harder for some people.
Yeah. No. Oh, I look at the moment, just with the, could go down the front and just fish my normal stuff, but happy to go and have fish up around the some of the haunts, and most of the people that are fishing there will find their own fish nowhere near probably where I'm going to be fishing anyhow. So
I've heard Coldstream starting to fire.
Yeah. Look, that's no secret that that's a good little spot, and I might, if I have enough time, go there. But I've been finding a fair few bass around home. So
you don't have to go far.
No. So I'm sort of enjoying that. So probably just.
Did you go to that spot that I told you about?
I did actually, and you wouldn't read about it. There was someone there, but then I sort of poked around to another spot just around the corner, which
yeah.
was an old haunt of mine, and that's where the bigger one come from.
Went whack whack.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that was pretty good, and then just sort of worked back through there, and then back into other areas. So it was pretty good actually.
Yeah, nice. And then also coming up, the following weekend we have the State of Origin round at Coracai. Very excited about that. So that'll start a busy week of 2 weeks for me with the State of Origin that week, and then on the 26th, 27th, 28th, we've got the Bass Electrics here in Grafton.
There you go.
Proudly sponsored by the Crown and BCF. So
this is a cancelled round from before, wasn't it?
This is the cancelled round from beautiful Cyclone Alfie. So we're still recovering from Alfie down here at Grafton. So no, not really, just finally catching up on a comp from one. But really excited about that. So we're going to pretty much open up the whole river. Because it's so big. Bass are moving up and down. It's really exciting.
Up and down, sideways.
Up and down, sideways.
Everywhere.
They're going north, east, west, south. That's a big river. They can go anywhere. So we're pretty excited. We're going to open up the river. Give you a few boat ramps to choose. Pick up a key tag at 6 o'clock. Drive to a boat ramp. Start fishing. Be back at whatever time we decide. Which will all be out at briefing. And we're gonna have some cool fishing and hopefully see some big river fish. And with what I've been seeing, there's fish up at Copperness. There's still fish down near Yamba, down near Palmer's. And there's lots in between. It'll be very interesting to see where some of the big girls come from that weekend. And if what we've been seeing of late, it really could be one anywhere because
that's right.
It's
there's good fish everywhere at the moment.
Like the other week I snuck up past Rogan's, bit of wishful thinking, threw a jig on and literally went to Old Faithful snag, threw the jig in, and it was like dunk dunk. I was like, what was that? Next minute it's running. I was like, shit, it's jig time again. So
do you think that's got a lot to do with the clarity of the water here at the moment? Because it is quite dirty. Is it sort of them things with the big flashy stuff at the moment that's assisting, or it doesn't really matter?
Well, I'm having some good surface sessions at night. But then I'm using plastics at the moment. It's hard to put down a plastic at the moment. Like the Crush Cities, some of the S tackles, just matching the hatch of the size of the bait fish profile that's in the river at the moment. You're doing that, and it's
voila.
The Baramba Stinger Shrimp. Like, Maddie, I've got to order some. Please make sure that you've got 20 set aside. I don't care what color at the moment. Holy shit! I've been throwing them in some gnarly country, and I probably shouldn't be throwing it in that country, but some of the fish I've been pulling out has just
been good.
Been really good. So
I think so probably moving on, just to save the dates for a couple of things. I think the Floody Classic's not too far away, I think we might try and grab maybe Bo back on again if we can. He's obviously a committee member and obviously does quite well at these Gold Coast Floody Classics. So that's happening in the first week of the New South Wales school holidays. That might be second week of Queensland school holidays. If you haven't registered, I think you've only got a couple of weeks left to do that. So jump on board. I will guarantee this now, you will not fish a more fun social comp. It costs money, but how much fun and entertainment, the camaraderie,
the nights are bloody awesome.
It's
the raffle at the end.
Win a few boats, I
think they got 3 up this year. 3 boats up this year.
So and then I like the other thing was for me personally qualifying for a Bream Grand Final down in Victoria, which I probably need to make a decision this week whether I'm going to go or not. So,
congratulations, mate.
I sort of wasn't expecting that, but anyhow, it's all good. But I just got to line up work and line up a few other things because we really, as we do, we come into silly season. I really wanted to go barra fishing this year for my birthday, but I have to work. So I'm thinking that I might try and sneak away for at least this one if I can. So anyhow, it is what it is.
I might do a quick little shout out too, because we were talking about Wivenhoe, and that was being the last round of the season there. So we might give a little wrap up for the AOY there. And Benny, hey, congratulations, big fella.
Yeah, well done, Benny.
What a year. So, no, well done, mate. Taking out AOY.
Was it close there in the end? There was a few people probably knocking on the door there, and probably would have, luckily to say that a few of them were probably over in South Africa.
Over there in the Great South Africa. So that was probably lucky that a few of them were over there. But look, in saying that, not taking anything away from Benny, stellar year. Also, Mr. Hall had not a bad one as well. Racking up there. So shout out to the New South Wales boys. Bring them back. Bring them back AOY there. So
bringing it back.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Oh, we've got someone to purge them on for a change. That's great.
Yeah.
Righto. Did you just want to quick send a message with my bad English there? So we'll just work through here, guys. Hey, P2.
Hey, mate, what's up?
Mate, now that I've got this boat here and I've got the electronics on the way, I'm going to need some fishing gear.
Mate, you can't look flash in that new rig without some new fancy fishing gear.
I know.
Mate, I can only recommend one thing. I would head over to the Dire Australia website, mate, and make yourself a little bit of a wish list, and then head into your local tackle store and see if those legends can get it in. Because if there's one thing I know, mate, Dire Australia, they have it all. Whether you want a brand new rod, a nice new shiny reel, or some new line to go on it, then you're going to need some tackle, of course. They have it all. Dire Australia is your one-stop shop, and the big supporters here, the Two Pelicans podcast.
Oh, you wouldn't hear about it, but we're having internet connection issues.
Are we?
Yeah,
is it saying it here?
No, not on here, but on mine, I'm saying.
Oh, well, there you go. It wouldn't be a podcast, Two Pelicans podcast, without some sort of tech issue. But looks like we're all right there at the moment. Just the other thing too, the Bathurst Fishing Shed guys, how's the raffle thing going?
Yep, I'm selling a few tickets. I haven't heard much from our listeners yet. But
no, that's probably our fault. We haven't put something up either.
I know that's what I was about to say. So
yep.
That's what I was about to say. So, Variety Bash, I will get something up. I actually stole one of the pub signs from work today on my break to sticky glue all the lures.
Yep.
Also, the Bash Shed, so I will get a post up in the morning.
Yep. All right.
For it.
What was it, $1 ticket?
Yeah, $1 ticket.
All right. Look, we'll run it into a bank account, but try and buy $5 worth, guys, at least. Don't do transactional $1 and $2. That's just mudgudgeon like.
Yeah, I'll call you out. But also, guys, look, it is all going to a good cause. The Variety Bash up there, it's going out to the guys up there in remote northern territory and that of the schools and helping out there. So, all for a good cause. And look, guys, there is
a lot.
There's well over $1,000 there in goodies. And as the weeks go on, we'll probably add a few things in there. We'll probably throw in a Pelican shirt as well. So.
Yeah. Leading on the Pelican shirt, $40. Send us a message now. Just a couple little. Oh, you got one there. Excellent. Just a couple little things. A couple apologies. Dave and with a shirt sent out now. As of today. Sean, your prize pack's also been sent out. That'll be there ASAP. Or as how Australia Post will see it. So there we go.
And we're good to make a phone call.
All right, cool. All right, let's do it. So this next call has just come back from South Africa, and we look forward to an update. And Kris.
Hey, traveling, mate.
Good yourself, mate. You're on the Two Pelicans podcast. Welcome back to Australia. How you feeling?
Actually, pretty good. The jet lag on the way back wasn't near as bad as on the way over. It was a bit rugged getting over there.
Yeah, right. Look, obviously, we'll just break straight into it. A stellar effort by yourself and your other team members to bring home third place. What sort of rings in my head is Australia is a very consistent team, and obviously probably slightly different conditions to probably what you had last year. Tell us about how you found things compared to last year when you got over there.
Oh, man, it's chalk and cheese, to be honest. It's two like the country itself's completely different. The fishing's completely different. The lake was completely different. It was like pretty much the exact opposite. The lake in Italy was a crater lake, so a big circle, big fish bowl, super deep in the middle. You could only fish sort of a K from the edge max on the big flats, crystal clear. And this one was more like, to be honest, more like an Australian lake. It was sort of a big basin running up into some windy stuff and timber, up into a river. Dirtier water, a lot more timber, a lot more structure. Just totally different. And the country itself, also completely different. The terrain's different, the people are different, the food's different, the temperature's different. So
what was the temperature over there, if you don't mind me asking? Was it hot? Or?
It's very similar to here. So Southern Hemisphere, they're the same season as us, but a little further north than where I am, so more like Queensland. So it was warm. The first, so the days we had at Loscop had a little bit of breeze. So when I first got there with the family, it blew. It was pretty warm and it was windy as hell for like a week straight. Like it's super windy. And then once the other boys got there, we had, I reckon, maybe maximum 5-6 kilometres an hour wind in 8 days.
Wow.
Like zero wind.
Right.
So
and humid,
all practice was calm. First 2 days of tournament were slick, maybe 35 degrees, 33 to 35, pretty warm, but it's very dry, so there's no humidity, so it wasn't too bad. And then the last day, change come through, and it blew like 35, 40 knots.
When it comes about to start, sort of thing, is it?
Yeah, that's it. So the morning was fine. It was predicted for the last day. And it didn't really happen until lunch. But then, it was a pretty rugged wild ride home. South Africans don't pull off the throttle too much, and they don't touch the trim button too much.
Right. Yeah. Because you guys got chauffeured around essentially, didn't you?
Yeah. So originally, when we were going to have our own boats, the organisers were going to have someone there to give us licenses. I think that actually might have fallen through because I saw the Americans weren't even driving the boats that they had by the look of it. But because we borrowed boats, then I think for insurance purposes, the skipper had to drive their own boat. So we essentially were chauffeured around, which throws another challenge to it, trying to get someone else to understand what's in your head, where to stop, how to approach a bank or something to fish or whatever. It's a bit of a challenge.
Yeah. And now you're no mug at driving bass boats. Were you impressed or not impressed?
I was impressed by the fact that they just sent it. The quality of the driving, maybe not so much, but the fact that they just threw care to the wind and held it flat in absolutely everything was fun. Like I don't care personally, but I think if there was someone else in the boat other than me and Tommy, it might have been a bit of a frightening ride a few times.
I was just about to say the other guys in the other boats. Did they make any comments like that, or were they all?
No, she was rugged. No, she was rugged. It was pretty wild. Yeah, all the trim, all the pedal, everywhere.
Cowboy hats were on.
Look, I guess for our listeners, tell us a little bit of how you approached fishing there in the lead up in the practice. What was some of the discussions had by yourself and the team, and how was the team going to approach, I guess, the first day of the competition?
Essentially, we do a similar sort of thing each year. Do a bit of background research before we get there, a bit of R&D, get as much info as we can, and then try and break down the lake into mainly a few sections for one, and then probably break it down into what each team that we've got a preconceived idea on who's going to fish with who. So then break it down into what sections each team's going to be probably best at.
Strengths.
So if someone likes fishing timber, do that. If someone likes live scoping, they do that. Grass, they do that. So we break it down to that aspect a little bit. Then same thing, call in some favours. I was lucky enough to get to Peter Quadling, who is our Tom Slater and I's skipper from the 2019 Worlds. I actually stayed at his place for a couple of days with the family over there. So he sent me his file of waypoints for the lake, which was a really good head start. It didn't play as much as we were hoping. So his his marks and everything, the actual marks themselves didn't really play, but it definitely gives you a head start as to what to look at and a little bit of confidence going into it too. You're not super blind. So I loaded them onto an app we had. Unfortunately, there was only an Android app and we couldn't figure it out how to get it onto the other boys' ones, but we spent so we got over there, I think a couple of days early, had a pre-practice. So we had 2 days with a couple of guys, young guys that took us out in their boats. And I used those days with Tommy to essentially go around to all those waypoints, check out what they were, map it, just recon, really. And that's and to be honest, that's about it. It's just recon. Just figure out as much as you can, as fast as you can. And have as many backup plans as you can, because when you've got 45 boats on a place that small for 6 days straight, it's pretty tough.
Yeah, so I guess you brought up the word practice. You had 3 days of practice. Was there anything else? Like there wasn't like a little bit of a drive around and get a bit of a feel for it? Like there was official practice was the 3 days. And on top of that, with the plan that it sounds like you guys had, did that change much at the end of practice compared to how you thought it was going to roll out?
Yeah, so we had 2 days at another lake and then 2 days on that dam leading up to it.
Okay.
And then you have 2 mandatory days off that are no fishing, and then straight into the 3 days of official practice for the tournament. The first couple of days we had some preconceived ideas on what I'd spoken to the guys over there that I knew about, which was essentially most of the fish get caught on rocky points.
Yeah.
They play really big. Timber, not so much, but rocky points and up the river and certain parts of the lake. And after the first couple of days, we knew the stage of the bass would probably be a pre-spawn, moving into starting to spawn.
Yeah.
So we're definitely looking for that. But after the first 2 days, the rock seemed like it wasn't going to play at all. Even though we did catch a couple of decent fish on it on one of the practices, come the tournament, it sort of faded right out. But it changed a lot. The fishing changed, I think, more due to the pressure than anything else.
Yeah.
And then the moon was leading up to a full, so those pre-spawn fish were going looking to make beds and starting to spawn a lot more, which we knew was going to happen, we assumed it was going to happen. Downside is we really couldn't capitalize on it. We just didn't know enough about it to make the most of it, and that's where the Americans really excelled. So instead
I was going to ask, is that how the Americans made their big comeback on those bedfish on the last day?
Yeah, they did. But the thing was, it's kind of frustrating not to know it enough about them, because we had an idea of what was happening. Is the fact that we expected the fish to go shallow to spawn, but they weren't. We couldn't find them. So we were thinking they're probably back out in 6 to 10 feet spawning out there because there's so much pressure on the banks.
Yeah, okay.
Downside is there's millions of European carp, Asian carp, and tilapia in the place. So trying to figure out that, and 3 foot of viz max.
Yeah.
So trying to find those bass in that is so hard, hard. Tommy and I had it nutted a little bit on some timber. We could eventually pick the bass in the timber.
Yeah.
But on the banks, we didn't have the patience. We didn't have to be honest, the ability and the knowledge to do it. And then speaking to the guys from the US at the closing ceremony, we're like, how the hell do you figure out how to catch those bedding fish? And they are just so fine-tuned into that live scope, it would blow your mind. So they knew those fish should be in that depth, same as us.
Yeah.
But to pick the carp from the bass, they'd use it, and we watched them. They were moving really fast. They'd scope around, scan around, see a fish on the bottom, push towards it, but slow down enough that if that fish moved forwards and then they stopped, if they moved back and the fish came back, that was a bass.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so they were picking individual ones like that, and then you had to they said you had to be a certain distance off them, because if you got too close, they'd spook and not eat. You had to sit the right distance off that they knew you were there, but they were still comfortable enough to eat if you put it in the right spot. So they just had that dialed in the end, like absolutely dialed, whereas we just didn't have don't have the time and the knowledge to get proficient enough at this stage to do that.
Yeah, yeah. And I guess that just sort of puts a quick question in my head. and this could be for any tournament, but how do you sort of address when you've got someone like, Jake and Wheeler in a team? Does that play in your mind, or you just stick in your own lane of it's me and the fish? How do you mentally sort of deal with that, or you don't have to deal with it?
To be honest, I don't think it really entered our heads.
Yeah.
We knew the Americans were going to be strong. There's no doubt. They're the best bass fishers in the world. They do it every single day. They live it, they breathe it, and they know the behavior of those fish really well. You've just got to do as good as you can.
Yeah.
That's like what they're doing is irrelevant.
Yeah.
Once they did have that first really big bag, it's sort of, we knew what they'd done.
Things were clicking,
Or we had a fair idea because the boys had seen them. Like, they're doing the exact thing we thought was going to happen. We just couldn't quite pin down.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time, it's the same as every other bite there. There's a million trees in the place. Tommy and I found 3 packs of trees that had big fish in them. But the only reason we knew that's because we got a bite in there.
Yeah.
If we'd have gone into 6 to 10 feet, scoped the fish, cast at it and caught it, we probably would have locked in quicker.
Yeah.
But if you don't get that bite and you don't get that response back from the fish, it's really hard to say, that's what I have to keep doing and do it really well.
You've just touched on, I guess, the areas that were on the successful sort of bite sort of period, or through the comp. What lures and technique were you guys using to land the fish?
It was a really versatile lake. That was probably the good thing. We used a bit of everything. I think the staple for Tommy and I was a 5-inch striking caffeine shad. So it's like 5-inch jerk shad without a fork tail.
Yep.
Heavy salted, so it sinks on just a worm hook.
Mm-hmm.
And that was thrown into the timber and let sink really slowly.
Yep.
We got a few throwing scoping with a minnow. There's another good way of doing it. And then we got same drop shot, everything. Braden and Mick caught a lot of fish on either that caffeine shad or a fluke, or a bigger top water fishing between 0 and 2 feet, so right up in the reeds, the grass, the teaweed. One person fluking in there, another one throwing out off the edge, looking for those spawning fish, eating top water. And then Coney and Langers were bouncing around doing a bit of both. So they were sort of filling in the gaps in between. And then, to be honest, a lot of the time, you just have to fish and see what happened. That last day, Braden ended up getting his biggest one, throwing a spinnerbait in 3 feet of water on a muddy bank.
Yeah.
So it's just, it was one of those tournaments you could catch them doing everything, but there was certain things in certain areas that got a better bite.
Yeah,
and
fair enough.
The thing that made that the hardest too, the practice itself, we actually found it pretty easy to catch decent fish. It didn't matter what we did or where we went, you'd get a handful of little ones and a decent one.
Yeah. And the pictures that you put up to definitely reflected some bangers that you scored as well.
Oh, and there's so many bass in the lake. You can go anywhere in that place and catch little fish. I'm talking 20 to 25 centimetre fish. There is thousands of those. You've just got to, but what we did find is once you found them, you probably weren't going to get a good one. You had to move.
Yeah. So there's a fair bit of moving around in that process after a while.
Even tree to tree. You fish one tree, stack with little ones, go to the next tree, stack with little ones, go to the next tree, no bites, probably a good one on it.
Okay. Nice. All right. So when we got over there and all got set up, was there a certain team that the Australians sort of gravitated a friendship to, or a team came over to you guys and was really welcoming or anything like that? Was there or is it just every team sort of in their own little spot in the zone, ready just in tournament mode?
To be honest, everyone was a little bit in the zone, and it normally starts off like that. So everyone's sort of a bit competitive at the start, sticks to themselves. There's a bit of a language barrier in a few of the teams. We know the German guys pretty well, and they were staying not far away from us. So we had a good chat with them at the start. The Americans we had a good chat with because we know them, but there was sort of, for the first couple of days, it's everyone just does their thing, and that's how it is.
Nice. Yeah. Was there any competitors in other teams that you thought was an upcoming freak, just zoned in on the fish and was wow, you're someone coming through the fishing world that the world needs to look out for?
There's 2 young Italian guys on their team that are they're real good. We thought they were just they're pretty good in Italy. They're pretty decent in Portugal. We thought, maybe that's just Europe. That's their thing.
Yeah.
But then they've come to South Africa and pulled off a second. And those two young guys, they're on it. Hey, they know how to fish. So same deal. They've got largemouth there, but not a great deal of variety in Italy or Germany or close by. So for them to be sort of dialed in on largemouth as much as they are is pretty impressive.
Yeah, nice. So with America now taking out the win, does that mean that they get to choose the spot for next year, or does that come from Wombats themselves? Do they pick the destination, or does the winning team pick the destination for the next year?
So FIPSED, so the Federation of Freshwater Fishing in Europe, which is the governing body of the whole thing, the calendar's set like 4 years in advance.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Well, generally, I think they're up to about 3 years at the moment. So next year's the USA.
Yep.
Year after that, South Africa. And then the year after that, I think they got penciled in for either Zimbabwe or Portugal. I haven't decided yet. So, I think it's a bit like the Olympics. Like you can put a tender in if you've got the sponsors, the access, and the funding to put an event on, you get a look in.
Yep.
And then they've got to decide whether it's viable or not, and they do try and rotate it a little bit. So the only reason we're going back to South Africa in 2 years is because they've got the World Fishing Games again there, which was the same as in 2019.
Yep.
So in FIPSED, in that governing body, there's 10 or 11 disciplines in that as well. So black bass is just one part of it. You got black bass, coarse fishing, feeder fishing, street fishing, predator fishing, predator kayak fishing. There's a whole bunch in there. And then come 27, when they're going to have the World Fishing Games, it'll be like the Fishing Olympics. So everyone will just end up in the same country pretty much.
Yeah, nice.
You've obviously been involved with this now for a few years. Is Australia ever considered to host or hold something in the near future, do you think? Or we just can't handle that pressure, or our Australian bass can't handle that pressure for an amount of time? Or can they target
We don't get
else?
the option.
Okay.
So for black bass, we can't. It's black bass. That's
black bass only.
Because our bass is a perch. It's not a bass.
Exactly.
That's right. Yeah.
Spot on. So black bass there's sunfish. There's 4 different species. Largemouth, spotted, smallmouth. I can't remember the name of the other one.
Yeah.
But we can hold an event similar run through FIPSED, which I'll probably start working on maybe end of this year, start of next year. So there's 2. There's carnivore, which is essentially any freshwater fish that eats a lure.
Yep.
So that in that respect, then we can go bass, barra, cod if we wanted. Then there's also carnivore kayak. So we can also do a kayak version of the same thing.
Okay. Yeah.
And I think they may be looking at a salt one, but FIPSED itself at this point is just freshwater.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, how good would that be if, we got to showcase the barra or something to that effect, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
won't say too much, but there's a few plans in place down the track. So
no, that's good. That's really good. Mates, look, we don't want to bore you too much about fishing. Obviously, this podcast is about fishing, but it's also about having a bloody good time. So I'm just going to put it straight out there. We're just going to hit you with a whole heap of random questions. The funniest thing that you've seen while you're there?
Funniest thing that I saw was probably Tommy Wood having 3 Long Island iced teas in about 25 minutes when we were up on a cable car ride, and then we did a game drive after it, and he was roaring like a lion.
I've been there, actually. I've been there on a bit of a quick long tea moment, and
I've been also there. And we knew exactly what was coming, and it did.
It's good to see the young fellas having a crack, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Him and Braden sort of they had one. We're like, oh yeah, that's good, nice day for it. And they had 2, finished that pretty quick, and had another one. I was like, 2 in a row, you're going to be primed up, and then we run out of time, and they ordered another one. I'm like, guess what, boys? We're going to go back down that hill. You got to drink them like now.
Yeah. I guess it is South Africa, and look, you hear rumours of not always great things happening there from time to time. Was there any moment where you seen something and thought, oh shit, that's bad, or Christ, that's scary?
No, we didn't, to be honest. Like, it's a dangerous place. Like, Johannesburg's top 5 most dangerous cities in the world, I think. Like, it's up there. It's pretty damn rough in places. But if you stay out of it, and like you've just got to have your wits about you and can't carry on. Like we only drove one night on the way back from actually it was that safari or that game drive we went on. We got back a bit late and we're sort of a little bit sketched out. But as I said, if you have your wits about you and don't do anything stupid, you're pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now we always ask this, but look, we may know what the answer is, but the biggest team member that was the pest.
Oh, it's probably a bit of a battle this year. Tommy's a fair pest, but I was doing a bit of a job myself to stir everyone up. It was good. We actually, one of the funniest stitch-ups for myself. So to get into the dinners, presentation, ceremonies, etc., you had to have a name tag. And this year they made like an ID tag with your headshot on it and everything. Leading up to the event, we had the organisers emailed me, needed a picture of everyone.
That was criminal. That was criminal.
Yeah, so I put a post on the group chat we got. I was like, boys need a headshot. And then everyone proceeded to send stupid pictures through as they do on the group chat. I took one of Coney, Langers and Mick and sent it to the organisers and said, can you please make their name tags with these pictures on them? And they did. I got them to make a good one as well, like a proper one. But yeah, so when we got there, all the name tags handed out, gave them to Coney. Coney looked at his and was just like, what is going on? Yeah. And I've got a video on my phone now. It's got the missus to send it through actually because she filmed it. And Langer's face, he thought that was the actual one. I thought he was going to cry. He was not happy one bit about it. So.
And that's why you're the captain.
Yeah. Any mudgudgeon moments or moments where you were just like, oh my fucking God?
No, we're all pretty. No, there was one good. Me again. It was my bad. So we hired a van this time. We were going to get 2 cars, but it was too expensive. So we got like a 10-seater van, and it was 8 of us in it, 6 boys, my wife and kid, and all our bags. So you had to climb over seats to get in. And the van was speed limited to 100 clicks, which was a bit of a pain.
So I loaded up 80.
No, you should do 100. No worries. All good. Anyway, we'd sort of run a bit late the afternoon to get to the main lake. Wanted to get there a bit quicker, but couldn't. We got this big hill, a massive downhill run. And I was like, well, put her in angel gear. She'll go over 100 going down here. We'll see what it gets to. Anyway, so pulled it into neutral, started coasting down this hill. And on the side, it had the 40k an hour signs for the trucks, as you do, like low gear for the trucks. Yeah. So we're cruising down the hill. I've looked and I'm like, yep, she's getting there. I'm like, doing 120, flying. And the boys look, there's baboons on the side of the road. So I looked on the side of the road. Oh, yeah, cool. There's a couple of baboons. Yep, still doing 120. Speed humps.
Like actual speed humps or baboon speed humps?
No, big speed, like a double of foot-high speed humps.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, at 120 clicks.
That's headbanging. That's dunk on the head.
They're true in the back. We didn't feel it too much in the front, but in the back it was just carnage. So
it'd been like Wayne's
World.
Nothing
broke, no one died. We were all good.
Oh, that's gold.
But it was a wild moment, that's for sure.
Any sneaky lures that you brought back from South Africa that you're wanting to throw at something that we've got in Australia?
Nah, not really, man. It's all pretty much the same as the US stuff and what we got here, to be honest.
Yeah, okay.
We did. Actually, no lie. We got because I went up into Africa itself, hoping to chase a tiger fish for a day.
Yeah.
Didn't get a lot of time. I did catch one little one, lost one, but that's another story.
Nice.
But they used just a chatterbait with bucktail or rabbit fur or flash on it, instead of the skirt. And they look, they like fly tied. They look really cool. So I brought a couple of those home. I think they'll do all right.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I think everyone bought one of them.
And look, I think one thing that I just wanted to raise is the media work that I assume that your wife did this year was really good. Sort of kept the Australian fishing community informed. And so you would like to give a shout out to your lovely wife?
Yeah, shout out to Em. She did an awesome job. She were hoping they might have had a really big media team there like Italy. But leading up to it, we knew they weren't. The reception there's pretty limited.
You mentioned that, yeah.
That's why I've done bugger all on my own. Socials there. I just didn't have the patience to sit there for 10 minutes and load one thing up.
Yeah.
But she had all day to do it, and even leading up to it, pre-scheduled posts, the whole kit. So she did an awesome job of that for us, which is super appreciated by everyone. Just it saves us having to worry about it. We can just go fishing.
That's it. Yeah.
Now, out of all the guys too, did you learn anything new from your teammates this year that you didn't know?
Yeah, I always learn. Like I only fish with Tommy pretty much the whole time. Just little nuances about the largemouth that he's picked up from being over in the States, and just what they'll actually eat. So one of the biggest ones, like you see, you don't really do it. It's just I had a tendency to downscale when it got tough and try and make him finesse him into biting.
Yeah.
Whereas he quite often would jump the other way and throw something really big. So when we're trying to scope him on some of the rock points, we'd throw 3, 4 inch, 5 inch stuff as normal. He put a 7-inch jerk shad on a head and got the best response out of that. And then on one of the days, we're fishing some timber that we knew had big ones, and we'd actually peppered it. I probably would have given up because they weren't going to eat. He ended up putting an 8-inch Sakamata shad on a jig head and minnowing up like one of the biggest fish we caught on that.
Yeah, right.
Now, is that them eating that, do you think, or is that them just saying, you're a big fish, get out of my territory, this is my area?
I think they're eating it, hey.
Yeah,
If they're going to put the effort in, they're eating something that's worthwhile eating.
Worthwhile eating, yeah.
We went and did some trees doing the same thing, and I put an 8-inch Sakamata shad on a 6.0 worm hook and burned it out of the tree, and we started catching fish doing that. It's like, well, this is the exact opposite of what I would have expected.
Yeah. That's
there's always something to learn. I think everyone would have. We probably learned how shallow they'd get to. Like we were fishing in zero, like up in the grass, but in heat, in 35 degrees. The water temp was low, which I think helped. But yeah, just the places that those things get for sure.
So is that frogging, like throwing frogs up in the weed matted?
They didn't want a frog at all. They just wanted like an unweighted 4 or 5 inch fluke, or a swim jig or something like that. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
They're up in there. I think so. What happened? The Asian carp had been spawning, and we think possibly those fish moved shallow, waiting for that to hatch. Yeah, so that's that we think. So,
no, very cool.
Yeah, always something to learn.
Cool. Yeah. So you said this dam was very similar to something like we had in Australia. When I saw images of it, I sort of had Copton Dam vibes. Am I wrong sort of saying that?
Some parts of it definitely like Copton. Other, I'd say like parts of it were like the top end of Glenbourne.
Yeah, okay.
And a bit of Boondoomerish, sort of mostly flat banks, like not a lot of slope, shallow points, and a fair bit of timber with one main creek channel running through it. So, yeah, quite a bit like the top of Glenbourne, Boondooma sort of deal is what I would say.
Nice. All right, now I'm going to go straight to the complete opposite. Any weird food that we ate? Did we get Tommy eating anything weird like?
Nah, not
bamboo test.
Crazy to be honest. No, we ate a little bit of weird stuff, but there wasn't. Oh no, we ate South African KFC. That was a bit wild.
So what's that, bush turkey or?
I don't know what it was, but it was spicy.
Put enough chili on it, it tastes like chicken.
And then the only other one, we got served chicken livers for breakfast a few times. That was a bit rugged too, but we ate it. Well, I ate it anyway.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah,
beggars can't be choosers.
No, that's it.
Yeah,
that wasn't anything too crazy at all, to be truthful.
Yeah, okay.
Not that I can remember.
Are you insinuating that there was a few cans to wash some of this down? Is that what you're insinuating?
Well, it's only $2.50 a can. You've got to have a couple.
Oh God,
that's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, we took it pretty easy this time, to be honest. We had a mission, we stuck to it, so everyone behaved themselves pretty well aside from that day off we had.
Look, we'll talk about some other things about your raffles and all that in a second, but where does the Australian team go from here? What's next year looking like? Same team. How's it going to work? Is it going to take a while to get over this one? Because I know I was speaking to you after that it was financially a little bit more draining this year. Where do you guys go from here?
Has the government finally got off their backside?
Is the government helping you?
Fucking going to fund us. Fund this fishing.
So I'll probably have a month not thinking about it too much. Let this raffle do its course.
Yep.
And then we've got a few plans for next year. I want to try and go a bit more official with the actual team and the organisation. So then that'll help us get possibly some funding.
Yeah, nice.
So after Christmas, I might start working on that. I've got the dates for next year, not 100% on the lake, but we know where we're going at least. Hopefully going to have Carl on the team in the US. We were hoping this year, but then he ended up having
a child,
a little bit of mishap in bed. So with terrible timing.
Pull-out game's not strong, Carl.
Yeah, then so that buggered that idea. But we might, I'd say we'll just run the same team plus Carl and have someone as a spare. Who that'll be, not sure yet. We'll have to make that call as a team down the track. I think the US may be, like, it's going to be expensive, but hopefully we can pull back some of the costs by getting our own boats over there. We might be able to get some accommodation from some of the crew over there. We know a lot of guys. Carl knows a lot of guys. I think, the more connections we get, the easier it seems to be. So hopefully that one will take the load off. Downside is it's just the US is just expensive. Flights are expensive. Food's expensive. Accommodation's expensive. It just, if you're going overseas for 2 weeks, it costs. Good thing is we won't probably have to take as much tackle. We can have rods probably supplied over there. Be able to have access to tackle over there a lot more. We don't have to ship it here before we go. So that takes a bit of a load off. And we know a lot of people that are probably going to have backup tackle for us as well.
And
I was saying to Morgo earlier, I took one. Well, I was lucky because I had Em and Ivy with us, and 30 kilos of baggage each. They can't fill that with clothes. So I had one bag there. I think it was 25 kilos or 28 kilos. It was just soft plates. That's it. Soft plastics. Nothing else.
Yeah, nice. I think also with America too, there's a few extra guys over there. Tommy, maybe, hopefully, if he can hang around there next year. And, so
Byron's over there. He's a bit far away, but he's there.
So it might the stars might align because, like you said, it sort of hasn't been announced where it's going to be, but
not the exact lake, but we know where we're going. It's in Hot Springs, Arkansas. Where we're going to be, and it's they're tossing up between the two lakes in the States.
Arkansas Ranger bus. Is it that man? Arkansas.
That's
there you go. There you go. No, all right. Look, tell us a little bit about the raffle. Look, we've tried to share that on our pages and discuss it here on the podcast. But this is one way that our listeners can definitely help you guys out, and it's not a huge bloody break the bank balance, isn't it?
No, it's just a matter of just a little goes a long way when a lot of people do it. So $20-$50 here and there, it all adds up for us. As I said, it's a pretty costly exercise between flights and then the tournament entry, which is your food, accommodation, boat hire. They got to pay the skippers and car hire. Like, it was $3,000 to have that car, and then just a little bits and pieces in between. It all adds up. It works out. It's pretty close to $10,000 a head. To do it. So especially when we want to actually have a go, we don't want to just turn up and do it half-assed.
100%.
If we're going, we want to go early. We want to have we want to get settled in, have a bit of a warm-up fish, pre-practice if we can to get a lay of the lake. There's no point in spending all that money and doing a shit job. We want to go there and actually be competitive. So
that's it.
To do that, it takes time and it takes money.
And look, I think most of our listeners and the general fishing public would understand and appreciate that for sure. So, look, I'm just going to probably wind up the questioning here and let you get back, because I know that you've been talking to a few people today. But I just wanted to know, after the win from USA, was there any sort of banter? Was there much banter going on through the competition, or it was just everyone staying in their own lane sort of stuff?
Everyone was really good, to be honest. Hey, like, I know the Germans are always really competitive with us, because they don't have a great deal of largemouth stuff over there either. And they always ask, they're like, how the hell are you actually doing this when you don't know the fish? So there's always a bit of banter between us then. The US guys, it's more just a congratulations from everyone. Like, it's a big, like, we expected the US to do well, but they didn't do that well on the first day, and Italy was giving them a bit of a touch-up. So, like, everyone was just super proud of Italy for putting a show on. And they're pretty stoked with the US to make such a comeback as they did, just to show how good they actually are. Wheeler was giving us a bit of shit because we went over pre-practicing. and they didn't. But as we said to him, we don't have these things, so we need every little bit we can get. A pre-practice is nothing.
I was about to say, when he comes back over for Barrow, we'll be like, no fucking pre-fish for you today, mate. Fuck off. We're going to play that game. All right, now I'm going to finish with my big question for the thing. The Shoey. What happened to... Did we run out of beers?
Yes. No, we didn't. So Mick and Langers have copped a heap of shit about this already. Like we nearly sent them home early.
Yep, let it out. I'm disappointed. Like if I knew that's what my raffle tick winner was going to do, I probably would have only bet 14, 13.
As a captain,
very un-Australia.
Yeah.
They've been reprimanded, and they are going to do a shoey at some stage while they're back here.
Yep, naked.
Mark my words.
Naked or something. We're on the front of the boat.
So Em actually had the video of it, and we had to send it today. And she messaged me. She's like, I just found something incriminating on that video. Because Langers and Mick both swear black and blue they were never offered a beer. That's why they didn't do it. And we said, bullshit. We were all doing it. You could have asked for it. They swear they didn't. The very start of that video is the guy with the glasses on stage holding a beer in front of Langers' face.
Is that? Yeah, yep.
So now he's done. There's no excuse.
Okay, I'm gonna do.
I don't even have shoes, and I did one.
Well, I noticed that. I was going to say, why didn't you just do it out of the thong? Like, just let it run off the thong.
Nah, I wanted to actually get it in my mouth.
Well, okay, right. Now, I'm booked in with Mick to go fishing for this thing. I'm going to make him do a shoey out of Tyson's shoe. That can be the comeback. Don't worry, it's on.
And that'll do. I'll accept that. You've got to be video evidence.
Oh, there will be. Don't worry.
It'll go on the page, and then that'll be his punishment served.
Done.
That sounds like a plan.
Look, and then Langers has just got to pull his weight somewhere along the line.
Yeah, we'll get Langers somewhere.
Who won Langers? Maybe we can reach out to them and see if we can get that happening as well.
We might be able to, I reckon.
Yeah.
You're not out of it, Langers. Look, Kris, thanks for your time. Obviously, you've come back to Australia after all that time over there in South Africa. You've done Australia proud, bringing home third. But what winds in my mind more is the consistency that Australia fishes with in different environments. So, from behalf of ourselves and our listeners, congratulations, and we'll talk to you soon.
Cheers, mate. Thanks from the whole team for all the support too. I know it's super appreciated. We've got a cracking team there, and it makes it a lot easier when we've got the backing of the whole country behind us.
Yeah. Well said, mate, and well done. Cheers.
Cheers, boys.
Thanks, mate.
All right, guys. There was Kris Hickson filling us in over on the Black Bass World Championship in South Africa. I hope you guys got something out of that. It was really good to sort of hear how they went into the tournament, what they were trying to do, what they were throwing as well. Hearing the difference between there and Italy was probably a big thing as well, and really just goes to show that arguably there's some of the best bass anglers in Australia mixing it with the best in the world.
Imagine throwing an 8-inch bait for a 3 kilo bass here in Australia.
That's just nuts,
I'm going to the ferry this afternoon. I'm going to throw 6-inch snapper plastics for the bass and EPs.
It's just crazy.
I'm jealous. I'm gonna go see if I can do it. I'm dead set.
In a foot of water too.
I know. Just imagine just swinging and just hearing that. That gives me a boner already.
All right, guys. Look, we'll wrap it up there. You've been listening to the Two Pelicans podcast. I'm Mick.
I'm Bo.
And we are the Two Pelicans. Chook out.